And welcome to Seismic Data Processing course. So in today's lecture we'll talk about the flow of seismic data. So when we record our data in the field using the Geophone, the data is undergo to three steps. The first step is called pre-processing, and then main processing and migration data. So in the pre-processing we will understand what is the demultiplex, reformatting, trace editing, pre-stack filter, geometry, separating, correction, trace balancing. Also we have the deconvolution, CMP, sorting, velocity analysis, NMO correction, residual, static, and also we have post-stack filtering and time to depth conversion, and time migration, depth migration, migration time section, migration depth section. But before we go to the three main steps, we have to understand how the data is recorded by the geophones. So we have seismic data recorded geophones. This is the picture of the geophone when we set the geophones within the ground. This is the interior of the geophone. We have magnet and the coil, and we have the outlet. From the outlet we connect our cables that will transfer the data to the data center. Okay. So when we get the vibration, when the ground move, this mechanical move, the coil will transfer this mechanical move into the electrical voltage signal. So when the ground vibrates, the coil moves relative to the magnet. This motion induces an electrical voltage, and this voltage will be proportional to the vibration strength, the amplitude. And on the end, the recorder captures and stores this voltage as analog electrical signals. So when we get the seismic signals, it will be as analog. We record the seismic analog signals and we convert this mechanical move into the electrical voltage. So the main process we have first the geophone, where we record our analog seismic signal, and then this analog seismic signal will go through pre-amplifier. We'll just boost these weak signal for further processing. When we record the analog seismic signals, these signals will be very weak, so the pre-amplifier will strengthen this amplitude, so it make it much more stronger to go through the process of filtering. We have three types of filtering to remove unwanted frequencies and noise. The first one, low-cut filter. It's a low-cut filter to remove low frequencies like ground rules. A notch filter to remove narrow band noise caused by power line. This between 50 to 16 Hz. And to high-cut filter. This is for anti-aliasing. Remove the high frequencies that could cause aliasing during digitization. And we talk about the aliasing in the previous lectures. The aliasing, when we have the frequencies is more than the Nyquist frequency, is called aliasing. And Nyquist frequency is the highest recoverable frequencies. So also we have the amplifier. Amplifier, this is further amplifier the cleaning signal to proper levels. This is for collect. So this is the amplifier in here after we cut all the low cut filters and notch filters and high cut. So this is after we remove all the noise and unwanted frequencies. This amplifier will collect all the data. And then we have the multiplexer. The multiplexer combines signals from multiple channels, many geophone, into one output line sequence. So in the normal we have more than one geophone, like for example 100 geophones. So each geophones have record, and the purpose of multiplier, it will collect all the input data from the geophones and transfer to the analog digital converter. The multiplexer is work as to collect all the data from the geophones, and then it will passes one by one to the ADC, analog to digital converter. And the ADC, analog to digital converter, it will convert the data that the multiplier provided from the geophone one by one. It will convert it from analog to digital, so to have only just 0 and 1 data. so we can use it with the computer. And also we have the formatter. The formatter organizes digital data into a proper recording format. So this, you change the format into proper format. And then we have the writer. The writer is store the data into tape, cartridge, or DVD. So where you save your data within tape or cartridge or DVD. So this is the illustration of multipliers. We have multiple records, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the normal we have maybe 100 or more than 100 geophone, or more than we have many channels. So seismic records have many channels, 24 to several hundred. We have many channels, so each channels have a geophone and have amplifier and filter remover. So all these will go to multiplexer. The multiplexer select one channel at a time and send it to the ADC. Okay, so it depends on the something is called skew rate formula. So if you use the sampling rate, for example 2 milliseconds, and number of channels, if we have 100 channels, so 2 divided by 100, this is 0.02. So after each 0.02, the multiplexer will send data to ADC. So after each 0.02, it will send another data from the geophone. If we finish the geophone, it will send another data from another geophone. After 0.02, you will have the CD will have another data to convert it from analog to digital. Okay, so this is another example. You can think about multiplexer. So if we have from geophone A, B, C, D, so from every geophone have a filter and have amplifier. So he will send the first data from the geophone. After, for example, 0.02, we'll have, this is A1, the data from geophone A at the time 1, and then at the time 2, and then at the time 3. So it will send all the record. So he will send all the record within the geophone A one by one. If we finish this one, it will send the other one. After 0.02, it will send another data. The multiplier will send it to the ADC, and then ADC will convert the data from analog to digital 01, so we can format it to the proper, and then we save this data within the DVD or cartridge. Okay, so this is all you need to know about how the data is recorded in the field. And then in the next lecture we will start deeply understand the main process one by one: pre-processing, main processing, and migration. So we'll start individually describe each one after we understand how the data is recorded in the field, and then we'll back one by one to how the data is cleaned and transferred to the proper formatting. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.